How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today, we're going to be putting our focus towards Sei and Aerodrome. We're going to be talking about these two projects because they have been drastically outperforming the rest of the market in the past couple of weeks. Aerodrome was the first to move. Now Sei is making its move. I told you guys that would be the order it would go in. Aero moved first. Now it's Sei's time. And I think once the whole market goes up, both of them will go up together, right? Very, very quickly, very forcefully. But right now, we are literally in the winners out of a market which is pretty much, I would say, 90% in the red, maybe more than that. I mean, look at this today, right? All these coins in the red. Sei up 7%. Absolutely killing it. Look at the week. All these different coins in the red. What are the two coins that are actually in the green besides Bitcoin Cash and freaking Kaya? It's Sei and Aerodrome. Those are the two biggest gainers on the week. Now, you know, you could say that's a coincidence. You could say that's luck. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's luck. I've scouted this market very deeply. I've looked at all the different coins in the top 200, many of the coins in the top 500, and Sei and Aerodrome have consistently been the coins at the top of my list in terms of coins I would be buying now. Yes, Sui is right up there, right? Sui's not pumping right now. I already stacked my Sui a long time ago. I haven't been buying any more Sui. Where have I been putting my money? I've been putting my money in Aerodrome and Sei for the past couple of months. And I've been telling you guys on the channel, those are the projects to be focusing on. In fact, you can see next to all these different coins, I put different star ratings. The more stars, the more of a buy they are today. Aerodrome and Sei have consistently had the most stars on this list. In fact, I've been saying that Sui isn't even a great buy. There's better buys in the market if you miss Sui. Now, of course, I got into Sui way below $1, so I've got a great entry. I can just ride it up for the other 3 or 4x that it does this bull run. But Aerodrome and Sei are still very much in their infancy of their move, and I think there's a whole load more to go before they top out. And if you've been a VIP member, you've been buying these super cheap. You've been buying Sei as low as 15 cents. You've been buying Aerodrome as low as 39 cents, and you've just been DCing and DCing and DCing, and now you're actually being rewarded, okay? We're seeing these coins move to the upside. We're seeing major breakouts, significant breakouts. We're going to talk about that in today's live stream. We're going to go over the charts. I'm going to show you why it's just the beginning for these coins. It's not even close to the end. It's just the very beginning of the move up. I'm going to show you that with the charts. We're also going to talk about Seian token, the best meme coin on Sei. Another coin which I gave a call for at very cheap prices. It's already done over a 2x since my buy alert. You can see that is my buy alert. Just $1,000, you know, not a lot of money, just a little bit of a gamble, just a lottery ticket. I always say to people, instead of putting your money on the lottery, put your money on a meme coin like this, because you've got a better chance of actually winning a ton of money, right? You'd be up 2x on that. 1 grand over 2 grand now. 2.5 grand from 1 grand, right? You just made a nice little profit. paid off the membership for the year, paid off the membership for life. Nice little profit, right? But Say and Aero, those are the conviction plays. Those are the plays which are going to perform for the rest of this bull run. And I'm really, really excited for this bull run because I don't know about you guys, but my portfolio, it's actually been going up the past few days. This is what everyone else is having right now. Bloodbath. Everyone's losing money. Everyone's going to shit. Their portfolio's going down. They're losing money. They're having a rough time right now. But because of how much I've been buying into Say and Aerodrome, and because I've got a huge bag of Sui, which is just kind of holding strong, it's not really doing much really to the up or the down. And because I've got a good bag of Bitcoin, my portfolio somehow, some way is actually going up, thanks to Say and thanks to Aerodrome in the past week. That is top 1% of the 1%. No one else's portfolios are going up unless they're shorting the market, because everything's a bloodbath. Total destruction. But not for us. Not for us at all. We're growing amongst the chaos. So congratulations to everyone who's been watching these live streams for a while. This is just the beginning. If we're making money when the market is red like this, if our portfolios are growing in value during bloodbath weeks, imagine what's going to happen when Ethereum goes to 4K, when Solana goes up 2x. Imagine what's going to happen to our portfolios then. It's going to be absolutely insane. And you guys know I'm not a moon boy. I'm not a guy who, just hypes everyone up for no reason. But this is the reality here. We are making money in a down market. We're going to make a ton of money in an up market. And that is a fact. That is a fact. All right. So let's go over some of the charts. The first chart I want to go over is Say. And I'm going to use a chart from someone else. I'm going to steal a chart from my technical analyst, which you gain access to if you join the VIP group. You can request any coin on demand, and he's going to give you a review. You can see a ton of his reviews here he's done. He does these every day for the members, gives you a full analysis into your coin's chart and where the buy and sell levels potentially are for you. But he just posted this chart on Say. If Say gets this daily close above the downtrending resistance, then it would be super bullish, as well as being a good buy signal for a potential trend reversal, essentially. Very interesting timing on this pump, as a lot of other alts are still stagnant. I wonder if there was some bullish fundamental news. So he's wondering if there's some bullish fundamental news triggering this pump, and he would be right. There's not a great deal of people talking about it, but there is actually some bullish fundamental news. We're not going to go over it too much, but essentially, there is a state in the US, okay, which is considering to use Say for their stablecoin. The first state-backed stablecoin, Wyoming is the state, and they're considering using Say for the stablecoin. I think Say was one of the top 2 choices they had, okay? Great news for Say in terms of adoption. We know how big the stablecoin narrative is. We've seen the stablecoin narrative absolutely explode, circle the company subsequent to its IPO. It's done tremendously well. I think it's up about 500+% in the last few weeks. So we know that the stablecoin narrative is gaining some mainstream traction in TradFi, in the stock market. It's going to also trickle down into the crypto market, into layer ones. So that is why Say is pumping. And it's great that he noticed that, because it is a needle in a haystack. Aerodrome as well. These 2 projects are absolute needles in a haystack. And I was talking earlier, I think it was yesterday, on a voice chat with the VIP members, as we do every day. And one of the members, Mad Greek, said, we were discussing the odds. What are the odds that we pick the 2 winners in the entire market? What are the odds? Okay, out of the top 200, there's maybe, at the time, maybe 3 or 4 coins that were up on the day. we picked the two that were the most up, Aerodrome and Say. Now, what are the odds that you pick one of them? It's 1 in 200, right? That you pick the biggest winner. 1 in 200. That you pick the biggest winner out of 200 coins, you pick the biggest winner on the week. It's 1 in 200. But then, if you pick the two biggest winners, the probability compounds. So it's like 1 in thousands of a chance that you pick the two biggest winners in the top 200. The exact two. It's 1 in thousands, the probability, mathematically speaking. It's an extremely rare thing. You're more likely to get hit by a bus than to pick the two winners exactly out of the top 200, statistically speaking, right? It's extremely rare. It's 1 in many thousands. But we picked the two. And I'm very glad about that. But let's stop boasting a little bit, because I know it's probably getting frustrating for people who maybe miss these opportunities. But just learn your lesson next time. But Say is having a structural breakout. Okay, you can see this downtrending resistance line. It's been using that as resistance numerous times, rejecting. Now we've gotten above it. Where does that take us? Well, it's probably taken us to 30 cents as a minimum, but I think we can go a lot higher than that. So we are seeing some form of a structural breakout on Say. Aerodrome as well. I mentioned how we broke out above that double top here. We haven't quite hit that 1.618 fib level yet. So I still am of the belief that Say is going to get to $1 before we see maybe a significant correction. Minimum $1. It could even go higher than that before we get a correction. So I still think we are heading up on Aerodrome before we get a bit of a correction. You know, maybe some form of mean reversion. I don't know where the what's it called? Moving averages are, but I think we'll probably get a dump at some point before we head up to all-time highs. But I think there's a solid chance we get to $1 or maybe even $1.30 before we get that dump on Aerodrome. Now, I mentioned I wanted to discuss Cyan. Cyan is crushing it as well. Told you guys I gave the buy alert for this one at 0.0020. So exactly 20. We're at 4.5 now. So it's over a 2x on your money. I gave the buy alert at a 1 million market cap. We're almost at a 3 million market cap. So this one's absolutely another one, which is a needle in the haystack. Absolutely crushing it. Absolutely sending it. And you can see a ton of the sentiment here. People are bullish on it. And this, if you don't know, Cyan is the #1 meme coin on Say. My thesis with this is all the top chains have had meme coins that go to hundreds of millions. All the top chains. If Say is going to be a top chain that goes to 10 billion, 20 billion in market cap, why couldn't the top meme coin go to the hundreds of millions? And if that happens, it's massive exits from here. So that is my thesis. I'm not saying it's got a high degree of probability. Obviously, it's a meme. It could go to 0 tomorrow. But just putting in just money you would maybe throw on a lottery ticket, just putting that into Cyan, I think is actually pretty reasonable and smart. But yeah, great to be in crypto. A great time to be in crypto right now. I know a ton of people maybe are losing money. Doesn't have to be that way. If you're picking the winners, if your timing is good, you can make money even when that's the way the market's looking. We're going to get into the comments, see what you guys are saying. But before we do, please do smash the likes on the stream. It does help out a ton. Let me know your thoughts on the market right now. Do you think we're heading up? Do you think we're heading down? I personally think we're heading up. I'm pretty bullish right now. Despite that little scare, that little shakeout we had, I still believe we're going to make it up. That's just my view. If the weekly close is above 102K, then we're doing okay, in my view. Thoughts on Nia this bull run? Well, thank you for the donation. I think Nia is a decent play. There's just way too many coins now that are decent, but they don't have that X factor about them. For me to buy a coin, it needs to have that X factor about it. And the problem with Nia is it's already had a bull run, so it's not fresh, it's not new. People already know about it. So I'm always going to be asking the question, why would I buy Nia when I could buy Say? For that reason, I wouldn't buy Nia. But it's a decent chain, good listings, good backers. It's just one of those, right? You got to choose where you put your money. You can't put it in everything. And for me, I would be choosing Say and Sui every day of the week over Nia. $4 donation, thank you. What do you think about Tau with this pullback? Was going to scoop some up. Let's take a look at Tau. Tau is having a bit of a pullback, but it's okay because the other coins are just pumping so much. It's making up for some of the drawdowns on Tau, right? And other coins. And this is the beauty. If you've got a good portfolio, a couple of the coins are going to drastically outperform the losers, right? And drag everything up. Rising tide lifts all ships. So if we look at Tau, let's just take a look. Where is it at? So it's at the 0.5 level. Hasn't broken down below it yet. But if I had a buy range for Tau, I would be looking at probably stacking Tau in that golden pocket. If it gets there, right? It might not even get there. So it's not a terrible time right now to just DCA into Tau. Obviously, it's difficult to time the market exactly. So DCAing into quality assets like Tau is never a bad idea. But if it was me, I would probably just be patient and wait for that 290 kind of around that level. I would just be patient and wait for that. Maybe it doesn't come and then you miss the boat, but it's up to you, man. But yeah, Tau is a decent buy. It's not an amazing buy. Maybe I'd like to see the RSI kind of reset a little bit more before I would buy it. And that kind of coincides with the golden pocket. So I think there's a good chance it could fall down to the golden pocket and then it will start pumping. Good time to DCA into, say, an Aero if you have a bag. What's going on, Whoopsie? No, I wouldn't be DCAing into them because we got them in the VIP, as you know, because you're a VIP member, a regular member. We were buying them a while back, right? I mean, Say you can keep buying because even my average on Say is in the 20s. So, you know, a lot of people's averages on Say, they're in the late teens or the 20s. So they're only just getting into profits now. But yeah, I wouldn't be buying Aerodrome at these levels, whereas Say, it's still fine to buy. It's still very early on in the pump. So if I was going to buy one, it would be Say. It's technically only just broken out as per Cryptex's TA. If you look at this, you're only just buying the breakout. So usually when you have a structural breakout like this, you pump for ages. You pump for weeks and weeks and weeks of up before then you see the macro drawdown. So I'm going to say that Say is still a good buy. Aerodrome is probably going to find some resistance around $1. So I would wait for then. Wait for it to get to $1, then it will probably dump, and then you could buy back in. Potentially. Look, sometimes, guys, with these projects, once the train leaves the station, it doesn't come back. It doesn't give you a second chance to buy. Okay? Look at what happened the first time Aerodrome was pumping. It didn't really give second chances. It just pumped, tiny little drawdown, pumped loads, another tiny little drawdown, and then it pumped, and then that move was over, and then it started dumping again. So you don't always get a second chance. So that is something to bear in mind. But, you know, you should have been buying Aerodrome. I think you did anyway. So, yeah, I would just be focusing on Say right now. If you haven't got a bag that you're happy with, if you want more. And I'd probably even be looking at something like Ondo. Let me just check the chart here for Ondo. Last time I checked it, it was a decent buy. It's broken down now below that 786. So maybe I would ignore Ondo. You know what else I would say is a buy? That VIP gem. That is a buy. So you're in the VIP whoopsie. I would check that gem. You know what it is, right? The second letter for it is O. I would check that one. Hi, Archie. Hope you're doing great. Is Say heading to 26 or 29 or coming back to 17? I think it heads to 26 to 29, personally. But that's just me. Yeah, the volume on Say is ticking up as well. I'm noticing a lot more hype on social media, more YouTubers talking about it. And we've just been stacking it consistently. We've been DCAing into that for some time now. But we weren't buying it at the tops, right? That's the key thing I need to mention. We were not buying Say when it was up here. We started DCAing down here in the dips. I got Aero at 51 cents and Say at 18. Nice, man. Congrats. Those are going to look like excellent entries when the bull run fully takes place. Does that make sense? When the bull run occurs, those are going to look like great entries. Is the VIP gem the buy alert you sent out yesterday? Let me just check. Yes. Yeah, there's two VIP gems. So the first VIP gem is the one I sent out yesterday. That's the blue chip VIP gem. And then the other one is the risky one, which I sent out previous to that. So the last two buy alerts and the VIP are both VIP gems. Yeah, Polkadot's all right, but the user interface is pretty difficult for people to get used to. And it's just an old coin. I just don't like coins that are old. I mean, I have one or two, but I generally have a preference to coins which are new over old coins. Say, Aero, Saiyan, a good trio. How big could Say grow considering the stable coins? I think Say could easily hit 10 billion market cap this bull run. Say is an absolute killer of an altcoin, man. If you haven't got Say in your portfolio, I don't know what you're doing. Some more donations here. Is it worth getting Sui now? Also, thoughts on Tars AI. Yeah, I don't like Tars AI. They raised absolutely no money from VCs. They raised like 200K, which is just a joke. Can't even take that seriously. So I don't like Tars AI. I think it's massively overvalued. Sui is a good buy from a charting point of view. It's literally smack bang right in the middle of the golden pocket. You can't go wrong buying a quality layer one that's raised hundreds of millions from VCs, not 200 grand, right? Not epoxy 200 grand. They actually raised hundreds of millions. So you're buying a coin which is backed by big money, right? Big players, not just some small funds from some guy's pocket, right? This is big money back in this. So yeah, Sui is a good buy today based on the chart. You can't go wrong buying Sui here, in my opinion. But yeah, Tars AI, I wouldn't hold for a second. Thanks for the £1 donation. No comment though, but thanks for the donation. Yeah, I sold all my meme coins around the top, and then I started buying back in a few weeks ago. But yeah, that's true. I sold all my meme coins literally within like a week or so from the top. And I'm glad I did, because some of these memes like Ponky and Moo and all of these, they dumped like 95%, right? So I sold them when they were up sky high, multiple X's, and then they dumped. If anyone in crypto tells you should just hodl meme coins, they are just freaking stupid, okay? They don't know what they're talking about. They're clueless. All they want is for you to just be the exit liquidity so that they can sell on you because you just keep buying and buying and buying. Okay. Hodling low cap meme coins is the stupidest thing known to man. You do not hodl them. You get in, you get out. This is not what the big YouTubers are going to tell you, right? Because they don't want you to know the game that they're playing. They're playing that game. They're playing that game of flipping them. They want everyone to just hold them forever, but they are playing a game of flip-flopping. That's how you make money in meme coins. You buy them, and then you sell them. And that's what I've been doing with the memes for 5 years now. I made a ton of money on meme coins last cycle. And I was a kid. I was doing it in school. You flip memes. You don't diamond hand memes. I was up 14x or 12x on Mumu. I sold freaking 90% of the bag. I didn't diamond hand it all the way back down, right? You sell when you're in profits. And I teach this stuff in the Discord. Thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Kokoro? ETH meme vol is over 2 mil. Is that meant to be good? 2 mil volume? Yeah, it's not on CoinMarketCap, man. Don't know how you're expecting me to look for this. You're expecting me to go on Deck Screener and find it? Oh, here it is. My bad. It's on CoinGecko. Okay, 15 mil market cap. Wow. And that's not in a good way. L-Bank and Bilaxy are the exchanges this meme has. Bro. What on earth, man? What is this? Oh, man, this is terrible. Are they the only exchanges it has? How long has this thing been around for? Since March 2025? So they've had March to get a MEXC and a Gate.io. They've had April to get a MEXC and a Gate.io. They've had May to get a MEXC and a Gate.io. They've had June to get a MEXC and a Gate.io. How long am I meant to freaking wait for these exchanges? Am I meant to wait all year? Next year? I do not buy meme coins unless they've got centralized exchange listings. Or at least unless I know for a fact they are going to get centralized exchange listings. Okay, I don't do that. That's just pure and utter gambling because they're not even backed by anything. If they're not on an exchange, it's just they've got no money behind them. It's like buying a company that have no money. It's like buying a company that's got no money. You're just buying nothing. No resources. But yeah, man, that's disappointing, to be honest. No exchange listings. These exchanges, L-Bank and Bilaxy, are absolutely terrible. I wouldn't trust them with 1 penny. I wouldn't use those exchanges for 1 second, man. They are terrible. No, Sui's not losing too much momentum, man. It's in the golden pocket, so it's just a normal retracement. Like, sure, if it came all the way down below the 786 fib, then yeah, maybe I'd be a little bit concerned, but it's like right in the golden pocket. Like, if it came down here, then it wouldn't look great, but this is a perfect retracement. So far, anyway. Kokoro is a gem. Archie is wrong. I'm sure it is, buddy. I'm sure it is. I'm wrong, man. It's a gem. Yeah, you can just buy it on Uniswap, right? Just buy it on Uniswap. Sure. Yeah, all the normies who flood into crypto in the next few weeks, they're all going to know how to buy that on Uniswap. It doesn't ever need exchange listings. It's fine. It's on Uniswap, guys. Don't worry about exchanges. Don't worry about Coinbase. Don't worry about Binance. Don't worry about any of these exchanges. It's on Uniswap. That's all it needs. It's going to 100 bill, guys. We're all going to get rich. What an argument that is, man. Yeah, it is retracing from a lower high, but isn't almost every coin doing that? Like, Tao's doing that. Ondo's doing that. Yeah, Sui's doing that. Virtuals is doing that. I mean, every coin's doing that, bro, because we didn't get a big pump. It was just a minor pump that we had. So we just got a small pump, so every single coin is retracing from a lower high. Ethereum's doing the same thing. They're all lower heights. So I'm not concerned about that. Yeah, man. Just some broke-ass team behind that. What even is the name? Coco Row? Like, stupid-ass meme, bro. Oh, yeah, so because I've been wrong before, that means you shouldn't listen to me, right? Because I've been wrong before. Bro, your arguments are nonsensical. They make no sense. So just because someone's been wrong once or twice, you should never listen to them. Because there's people out there who are just perfect, who are always right. Your arguments are completely and utterly nonsensical, man. I'm sorry, but I need to call it out. Yeah, I agree, man. Just another shit meme. Like 99% of them. Ridiculous meme. The website looks terrible as well. It's Shiba's brother. And Shiba Inu has tweeted about them multiple times. Get your facts right. Oh, man. It's Shiba Inu's brother. Yeah, I agree with this. If the Iran war settles, then Say's going to 50 cents. Maybe not by next week, but definitely in the next few weeks. Definitely in July, if that happens. Man, I find these meme coin guys so funny. You know, when they're just like a maxi for a completely tiny meme coin that doesn't even have enough money to get on Mexi. It's like, this meme doesn't even have enough money to get on Mexi, and you're dying on this hill. Like, this is where you're putting all your money. This is what you're relying on to get rich. It doesn't even have a Mexi. Forget about Binance and Coinbase. It's not even on Mexi. Any hope for Maneki? I sold my Maneki a while back, bro. I don't know what it's doing right now. Let me check. Yeah, very disappointing price action on Maneki, man. I would have sold it a while back when it had this relief pump. That's what I would have done. But yeah, I sold my Maneki a while back when I sold all my memes. And Maneki was actually, I would say, one of the only meme coins I've lost money on ever. Like, I've got a pretty good track record with memes. I made a ton of money on Mumu, ton of money on Ponky, ton of money on NPC. Sigma, I made money on. Harambe, I made money on. Skibbity, I made money on. like I made back to back 3x's, and when you do the maths, I got like 3 2.5x's in a row. Okay, so 2.5x times 2.5x times 2.5x, that equals 15x. So I 15x my money on the initial capital with memes in like a 2-week period. Harambe, Skibbity, Sigma, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, boom, you're up over 15x on your money. 1 grand goes to 15 grand based off doing that flipping game. 10 grand goes to 150 grand. So what I'm trying to say, I made a lot of money on memes. I would say 9 out of 10 of them went to plan. Maneki, I'll admit it, was one which went completely away, right? I missed that one. It just didn't go to plan. I don't know the reason why, because they had a ton of money backing them. They sponsored football teams. They've sponsored UFC champions. I don't know why it didn't go to plan, but that was one of the ones which just failed. And that's the game you play in memes, right? You win some, you lose some. You're not going to win every single one. Yeah, the Shiba Inu team have done loads of stuff, man. They've talked about loads of projects. We'll just let him rant, bro. We'll let him rant in the chat. I've seen this guy before post some daft comments on the channel, so it's fine. It's funny. But yeah, what's that logic, by the way? Like, if you've got one project wrong before, that means you should just never be listened to because you've been wrong once. You've been wrong before. Like, what type of argument is that? Of course I've been wrong before. I'm a human. Humans are wrong occasionally. Sometimes a lot, sometimes not too much, sometimes all the time. Humans make mistakes, right? Like, what type of argument is that? You've been wrong before. Do you think Casper is a good buy at 5 cents? Yeah, I do. At 5 cents, it's a good buy. Kwai is looking strong. Really? I don't know if I see too much strength in that chart. What happened to Casper? Did the devs rug? They can't rug it because it's a fair launch. It's just having a dump because there's no marketing or no exchange listings. My Casper percentage now is only 7% of my portfolio, guys. I drastically reduced my Casper percentage. I started selling Casper when it was around 17 cents. And I reduced my allocation pretty heavily, put it all in Sui, and Sui did very well. So a lot of people laughed at me when I did that, but they're not laughing now because Casper looks like it's heading back for 5 cents. And Sui's up 4x higher than when I bought it. Yeah, Ponky's good. Ponky's good. Right, guys, I got to wrap up the stream here, but I do appreciate you all watching. Make sure you hop on over to that VIP group. Also, quick reminder to everyone, get on the book a call option, okay? The price for this is subject to an increase based on the demand. It just came out, and we've already got multiple people signing up, okay? So if you want to get a call with one of my closest representatives, one of my trusted crypto consultants, you can get on a call with one of those. They're going to talk to you about your portfolio, about your exit strategy. Make sure everything's in place for this bull run. And they are extremely aligned with my views. I've trained them. They know everything, guys. So book a call with them. They're going to help you get your portfolio in shape for the bull run. This is a perfect time to make those necessary adjustments. And They're also going to make sure you've got your exit strategy in place, make sure you're storing your crypto on the right wallets, all of that stuff. They're going to make sure they've got you covered. And they're fully aligned with me, so you can trust them. So check out that book a call option linked down below if you want to get your portfolio in shape. It's a great opportunity to get a personalized one-to-one mentorship call. It's going to help you a ton. Okay. If you want to do that, but with me, then you got to get on the bundle. So it's pretty pricey for a lot of people. I understand it's not for everyone. So that booking a call option is great for, you know, the masses in general. Most people should be able to get on that. I mean, $199 to get on a one-to-one private call with someone who's an expert at crypto, who knows what they're doing, does crypto full time, and is very much aligned with me. It's a crazy bargain. Okay. I've been to restaurants, and I don't even want to say, because it's a bit embarrassing, but some of the things I've spent $199 on do not compare at all to the value you're going to get from this call. So I highly recommend it. And yeah, get on the VIP if you want to get my buy alerts and sell alerts. 24/7 active Discord community is there as well. So if you ever have any questions about anything, the group's going to help you out. Like I said, you get a personalized technical analyst who's going to help you with charting. You get me in the chats. We also do voice chats every day. We've already done one today for multiple hours. Highly, highly, highly recommend you get on there and you gain access to all of those benefits. Like I said, guys, you would have been getting Cyan way cheaper than what it is right now. You would have already more than doubled your money while the whole market's dumping, while everyone's losing money. You would have more than doubled your money. Gave out this buy alert at 0.02. So you'd be up more than 2x on that one while the market's dumping. Say you would have got as low as 15 cents. Drop that buy alert literally a couple weeks ago. We're already printing up like more than 40% on that one. Aerodrome gave out that buy alert as low as 39, pumping loads on that one too, outperforming the rest of the market. And then a few weeks ago, I gave a buy alert on virtuals when it was at 54 cents. Still up 3x on that buy alert, almost. But that one pumped all the way up to over $2.40. So we're crushing it in this market, guys. When the market actually goes crazy and Ethereum starts pumping to 4 or 5K, we're going to be crushing it 10 times more. So check it out if you want to start winning. I appreciate you guys watching the stream. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Thanks for the donation. Neon is a low cap. It's all right. It's all right. But there's better players, man. Not too bullish on Neon. But it's okay, right? It's got some listings. It's got a decent use case, but it's not my favorite. And Render, I am bullish on. I am bullish on Render. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you over in the VIP on the voice chats. Goodbye.